Well, my wife just got back from Canada, so in honor of everybody's favorite YouTuber, what's up, brothers and sisters, and welcome to Mission Zero, and this is episode 12, 3 whole months, episode 12 of The Word with Friends, and today the word I want to talk about is justice. Okay, so for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about words, right? In episode 10, I talked about the word glossolalia and how what that really means is that what you say and what somebody else hears are two radically different things. In episode 11 last week, we talked about names and how they can be used and abused, but how really that's a specialized type of word that carries a particular kind of power in our language. And both of those words I related back to the idea that we're going to talk about today, which is justice. So the way that I want to start talking about justice is with a story from Greek mythology. We are told that the spirit of the earth, Gaia, and the spirit of the sky, Uranus, were mated together and produced the Titans. One of the Titans was a goddess named Themis. Themis went on to have a daughter with Zeus. She actually had many kids with Zeus, but we're going to pick one particular daughter here, and this daughter's name is Dike. Now, let's talk a little bit about who Themis and Dike are. So Themis was the goddess of order. That was the realm of Themis, to determine natural order. We might call it the laws of physics. So when Themis and the god of thunder Zeus mated and they had this daughter Dike, Dike was the goddess of human justice. Themis's name doesn't really have anything to do with right or wrong. It's just tradition. Dike is all about right or wrong. It's about fairness. In fact, Dike's traditional statue was holding scales. Dike was absolutely about ensuring fairness to the world. Now, why does that matter to you? I'm going to give you two reasons why that matters to you. Okay, so let's look at the English language for a second. There's a topic in the English language that is referred to as irreversible binomials, which is a thing I love to say, but the more commonly known phrase is Siamese twins. These are words that you always say in a specific order. So like mac and cheese, Mutt and Jeff, Amos and Andy, do or die, alive and kicking, stand and deliver, right? These are all of these pairs that they always go together and they always go in a specific order, right? If you say cheese and mac, you're a monster. So why is that a good illustration? Because it gets exactly to the root of what justice really is. Why do we say mac and cheese instead of cheese and mac? Because somebody in the early days of the marketing said it mac and cheese and thought it sounded better, thought it flowed better, and so that's what became on the box. And to this day, you know, however many decades later, that's what we say. That is now the right way to say it. The important part of that is that justice is always rooted in tradition, in the way that things are done. Dike came from and got her powers from her mother Themis. And Themis was not the goddess of what is right and wrong. She was just the goddess of what is divinely done. What is the proper order? What is the proper behavior and habit? It's this abstract concept of just creating what is, not what is right. Why is it important that justice is based on tradition? Well, that's the second idea. It's the second reason that Dike is important to you and important in your daily life. And that is, and you're not going to believe me on this, but I promise you that it's true. There is no such thing as objective justice. There isn't. You might say to me, no, objectively, murder is wrong. Nope. If that were true, abortion wouldn't be legal. If that were true, there would be no such thing as a self-defense, right? If that were true, there would be no war. And you can slant that by maybe giving it a different word. Maybe you don't call it murder. It is all subjective. It is all based on tradition. And because it's based on tradition, all justice is glossolalia. You don't actually know why the thing that you believe is right the majority of the time. Just because you have faith in it, just because you're convinced of it, doesn't mean it is the honest to God right way. We so often in our society pick self. Everything that's right or wrong is based on what I believe is right or wrong. Maybe I like cheese and mac better. Maybe I think everybody who says mac and cheese is stupid. That's my justice. That's the justice I seek. This is the problem people have with diversity, because diversity confronts you smack right in the face with the fact that what you believe is right and wrong is not what I believe is right and wrong, and you're not right, and I'm not right. We're both right and we're both wrong. This idea that you get your truth and I get my truth is completely stupid, because there is objective truth. But what is the correct way to say it? You get your justice, I get my justice. You get your right, I get my right. I have a lot of things that I think are wholly, completely wrong. If you are a user of the AP Style Guide and you don't use the Oxford comma, you're just wrong. All of your lists are wrong, and I believe that, and I think it should be law. There is so much rage and anger and vitriol and hatred generated by what I believe is right and wrong, and this disgusting thing that you believe is right and you're so horribly wrong. But none of that's true. None of that's real, and none of that's correct. It's God who created us, who gets to say what right or wrong is. But you know what's really important about that? He says it to you, what's right and wrong for you. And he says to me what's right and wrong for me. Now, a lot of people are going to call that heresy. I know a bunch of pastors who are going to have an itch to step out and tell me I'm wrong there. The Apostle Paul said, all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. He said, for the vegetarians, it's wrong to eat meat because they're distressed by it. There's a thing inside of them that tells them that's wrong. And it's wrong of you then to enforce on them the eating of your meat. This is very, very clear throughout the Bible, that the right and wrong that we so bloodily bludgeon people to death over is completely specific to us. Aside from just telling you that we're all being assholes, what am I trying to get at here? What am I trying to really make us see? It's that never, never, never are you justified in beating someone down with your justice. We are all in this together. I talk about that all the time. That's the whole purpose of this channel, is that we are one organism. And we're acting like 8 billion different organisms right now. But it's not true. We're here not to seek the difference and not to force people into a mold that rubber stamps everybody to look alike. That's stupid. What we're here for is for me to learn from you and you to learn from me, and for us to live in balance and harmony. Yeah, that doesn't mean I always like you. It doesn't always mean I'm nice to you. It doesn't always mean you're nice to me. It doesn't mean you have to hang out with me. But that doesn't mean you go out and form a war party to wipe me out. That's never okay. It's never okay. The purpose here is to love each other. Jesus himself said that. The Prophet Muhammad said that. The Lord God in heaven says that. Buddha said that. I could go on for 10 million gods and goddesses and entities and people who all echo the same thing that we all feel on the inside. Hate is wrong. Rage is wrong. love is the right path. And so as we go about the remainder of our week, I really want to caution all of us to be careful with the words we use, to be careful with the names that we use, to be careful with the justice that we seek, and always, always put peace with your brother and peace with your sister above your need for your tradition. All right, I hope that riled you up. I kind of hope that you didn't like that and that it made you mad. If it did, man, give me some angry faces, give me some thumbs down, give me some comments, and argue with me about it. I'd be happy to enter into a discussion with you about it. If you did like it, or you just want to share how annoying I am with other people, absolutely share the video. I would love for you to share the video. If you haven't already done so, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you can see everything that we post. I will be back tomorrow with a new blog post, so I hope you'll read that. I'll be back on Friday with a new Flashback Friday to talk about something that'll definitely make you hate me if this one didn't. And I will be back next week with another Word with Friends where we're going to talk about the word perfect. And so I hope you'll stick around for that, catch all of that. I love you. I love you. God bless you. God bring blessings into your life. And please know that I love you intensely and desperately. And peace out.